What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be hiking through the woods. We're building our bushcraft shelter. We're going to be cooking some food over an open fire, outdoor boy style. For dessert, we're going to be having homemade bread straight on the fire. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere doing all this completely alone. Y'all join me. We got the shelter all done. Next thing I'm going to do is get me a fire going. It's kind of warm out here today, so I don't know if I'm going to make it very big right now. I'm going to try to get me some coals so I can make some dinner. What I got with me to start my fire today is just a ferro rod. You can get these pretty cheap. All my gear is pretty cheap. I just want to take a minute to talk about that. I got a bag from Amazon, a sleeping bag from Amazon, a cheap tarp, a cheap sleeping pad. I mean, it doesn't take money to come out here and do this stuff. If you guys wanted to check it out, all this stuff is on Amazon. But anyway, all I got to start my fire today is just a ferro rod. Fairly cheap, and you can start a fire anywhere out in the woods. You don't have to bring a lighter, nothing like that. It takes just a little bit of skill, a little bit of know-how, and then you can get it. So for my tinder bundle, we got a whole bunch of eastern red cedars around here. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some of the inner cedar bark, shave that down real fine, and then I'll need some little sticks, maybe some grass, just something to catch that flame as soon as I get it going. I'm just going to take some of this bark right here on this cedar tree. I'm going to shave it off and get me a little bit of a tinder bundle. Just like that right there, that's what you want, that real fine stuff. It's got a whole bunch of oil in it and it'll start right up. So I like to separate my wood into sizes. So I like my real fine stuff because that goes right on after you get your flame started. And then I'll just go up and up and up step by step through the different sizes that I got. And you want to finish with something around 1 inch diameter. And then you'll have enough coals to burn logs after that. So you just break your stuff up as little as you want it. This becomes a lot harder if it's rainy or snowy. This is going to be a lot harder. Luckily today everything's pretty dry. First thing I'm going to do is kind of break this up. get all the fibers open. That way it'll take a spark. Another trick I got is to start it on top of a rock. That's going to keep you from soaking up the moisture from the ground. So you always want to make sure whenever you're striking your flint rod that you're pulling the rod away where you don't mess up your tinder bundle pile. So I'm going to go ahead and get this going. That's all you need right there. It's a ferro rod and a knife. Don't ever just lay this around. Make sure you know where it's at. It's one tool that you're going to need. We got our fire going. Like I said, that's all you need is just a ferro rod. That's a great tool. And it's pretty easy, just a little bit of know-how. Next thing I'm going to do is go find me a good flat rock and get me a little bit of water so I can get dinner going. Now I'm going to walk down here to this creek, get me a little bit of water and a rock. While I'm sitting here letting this fire get some coals, I just wanted to share with y'all something real quick. This is Romans chapter 12 verse 1. It says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. What is it telling us there? It's telling us, just like it does in other places, that we are the temple of God nowadays. God no longer dwells in man-made structures. He no longer dwells in the temples of the old time, of the Old Testament. He dwells in our hearts and our bodies. Our bodies are the temple of God. It tells us that multiple places throughout the Bible. So it's our reasonable service to present ourselves holy and acceptable unto God. So that means that we lay down the things that we want to do. We no longer do our will, but we want to do the will of our Father. That's what it means to be truly born again. So ask yourself today, are you laying down your body as a living sacrifice and doing your reasonable service? Got my little bear pretty much done. Just a little whittled bear made out of a cedar branch. If you want to see a how-to video on this little project, I'll make a video on that. Just leave a comment down below. I had my flour here and I just added a little bit of warm water to it. You don't have to add warm water, it just makes it work a little bit faster. Just flour, yeast, a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, and you just warm water and knead it together. And then you're just going to want to sit here and knead this for a minute. There we go, I got it all kneaded up. I kneaded for about 5 minutes or so, just like you would with normal bread. And I'm just going to set it over here by the fire where it's nice and warm. You don't want it too warm because then it'll melt your bag, but you want it nice and warm where it'll rise. And that's just regular homemade bread over an open campfire using nothing but flour, yeast, and a little bit of stream water straight out the creek. And for dinner, we're going to be having some pork chops to go with our bread. So it's going to be a good dinner. Alright, I got my rock here I'm going to be cooking on. I kind of moved these coals around and I laid these 2 sticks here where I can set my rock up there on top of it. And now we just let that heat up, put some oil on there, and then we're going to make our pork chops. Our bread's coming along good. It's rising good. There's our pork chops. Put them right on there just like that. This is just regular vegetable oil. I got a little bit of salt and pepper, onion and garlic. Just gonna sprinkle some of that on there. Non-stick. I tell you, a rock is just as good as any pan you can bring, and it keeps you from having to haul it in and haul it out. Then we're cooking up nicely. I'm just gonna set this over here by the fire. Get it all melted. That's honey butter. Outdoor Boys put me onto that. It's good stuff. Man, those are looking good. They're almost done. Pork chops are done. Looky there. It looks good, doesn't it? There we go. Bread's done. And there's our dinner. I'm gonna get me a bite to eat. Start out with the pork chop. That's super good. I got a little bit of honey butter. Take a piece of my bread and just dip it in there. It don't get no better than bread and honey butter. I'm telling you what, especially when you make it over an open fire. I'm just gonna sit here by the fire and enjoy my meal. Finish my plate. That was good stuff. That bread was completely homemade right over a rock right here in the middle of the woods. Anybody can do it. Simple recipe, and it's one of the best campfire foods around. Get you a little bit of honey butter in a jar, dip it in there. It just don't get no better. I'm gonna have to go get me a little bit of firewood. So I'm supposed to get too cold tonight, so I'm not gonna get a whole bunch. I'm not really worried about keeping the fire going all night long, so I'm just gonna get me a couple logs to keep it going while I'm sitting here by it, and then we'll end up just letting it go out. I got me this log right here. It's a pretty big one. If I need to, I'll run and grab me some more. I'm gonna get my sleeping bag out and get it set up. I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the fire a little bit. Like I said before, all my stuff's real cheap. I just buy cheap stuff off Amazon, all my gear. This sleeping bag here, I only paid like 20-30 bucks for it. And I've never bought a camping pillow. I just have this cover for my sleeping bag, and I'll just stuff my coat down in there. It works for a pillow. I'm just going to sit here by the fire and relax a little bit. Time to get these boots off. If you want to stay warm, you got to make sure your feet are dry. Just stick them by the fire and dry them out. Help you keep warm. Alright guys, it's getting pretty late. Fire's going. I got that one big log on there. Should burn pretty well. Probably won't last all night though. But I'm about to hit the sack, and I'll see y'all guys in the morning. Morning guys. It's about 5 a.m. Fire's out. Got down somewhere around 50 degrees last night. Stayed warm in my sleeping bag all night long. Didn't really need the fire going. Fire stayed going till about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Which is pretty good because I didn't get much firewood. But I'm gonna move everything around and see if there's any coals left. Whew. Try to get another one going. Make me some coffee. Still got some real good heat to it. Should start right back up. I'm just going to take these little sticks like this, break them up, set them on there. We got our water from last night that we went and got. Regular ground coffee. Coffee's all done. There we go. Good cup of coffee. I got everything cleaned up, as you can see. Got everything put up and the fire put out. I'm leaving pretty early today because I got a couple things I got to do. But I'm about to get out of here. Y'all don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment down below if you like this type of content. Be sure to hit that bell notification to let you know when we post another video. That's going to be it for today. As always, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.